I know I look extremely vamped. However, this was a makeup look I was going for. Just kind of like match my hair. You know, I don't do braids. This is an adjustment. However, it's been pretty cool. Today, on my eyes, I am using Morphe. I'm actually using 2 palettes of Morphe. But if you like this look, you know, I like to get straight into it. If you like this look, keep watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Kayla, and let's get it. So first I'm going to use my Clinique Moisture Surge as a primer. Then I'm going to go ahead and start with my eyebrows. I don't put any primer near my eyebrows just because I want a matte texture when I fill them in. So yeah. Now on the top of my brows, I use like a darker concealer. I am using the Wet n Wild concealer on the top. This concealer literally was about like $3, no cap. Then I go back under with my Kylie Jenner concealer in the shade Granola for the bottom, just slightly lighter than the top. And that concealer was from Ulta. Then just all over my lid, I continue to drag that concealer down just kind of as a base for my eyeshadow look. So with my Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, I am using the dark green color called Top Secret and just kind of using my crease to guide me along. Now I did go back about 3 times just to pack this on here, so I'm gradually doing it. I didn't want to start off with too much or not enough, so I just packed it on there. And yeah, just follow the crease. When you get toward the end, I just kind of like fan it out. You know how the cut crease goes, just kind of like tails out on the outer eye. So yeah. So next I use my Morphe 35M palette in the shade Stroke of Luck, and I'm using a light flare fluffy brush to kind of go in and put it in lightly, just right above that darker green, like just right above it, you guys, like right above it. Don't pack it on too strong. You don't want it to be overbearing. You just want it to fade. So take your time with a fluffy brush. You don't want to use a closely bound together brush because it's going to pack it on too dark like that green. It's loose and flare for a lighter look. With a smaller tip of a brush, I'm using that darkest green with Envy shade and just going in, following right above the crease and just flaring it back out. As you can see, it kind of is like you can't see it, but I promise you, you can see. I think it's better pigmented in person because it kind of looks like I'm applying nothing, but I promise you, when you go back for the cut crease look, you'll be able to see that darkest shade on the bottom. I know a lot of people just go back in with the concealer, but honestly, I like to clean things up a bit. So I'm using some Garnier Fructis makeup remover, dipping it in with my brush and just going back and following the crease line and removing the excess makeup with the makeup remover. Please take your time on this. It's not a rush. Just take your time for that nice clean look. So this is my absolute favorite eyeliner by Clinique. I'm just kind of going underneath that space, mimicking the wing, kind of following the pattern of the crease right above it, but not touching it, to create a darker look at the bottom. So this is going to actually fade, or ombre if you will, into another color in the inner corner of my eyes. But on the outside, I use this dark eyeliner to kind of outline and give guidance of what I'm going to place on top. Next, go back over that eyeliner with the shade Black Magic with the 35M eyeshadow palette. Now, I already did the other eye just to kind of test it out, so I'm going to do it again on this side. Use that same concealer. I used the shade Granola. I could have went lighter, but whatever. The shadow is so pigmented, I was just like, it's okay. Going back and following the crease line from the inner eye out. So just follow that from the inner eye out. Going to pick up the shade VIP with that Morphe and Jaclyn palette and just pack it on right on top of where you put the concealer, just right on top of that, guys. Continue with the Black Magic shadow, flicking it back towards that shade VIP, and then I'm going to use a flare brush to kind of blend it out and fade it out, just very lightly though in the next cut. first use a wedge and concealer, kind of stamp it to clean up that eyeliner where I kind of went a little thicker than what I wanted to. So just stamp it there and just blend out. Foundation in the shade 420 to just blend my face out, you know the deal. Then I go back with my Kylie Jenner concealer in the shade Granola for the top. Right underneath that, I'm using the Wet n Wild concealer in the shade Medium Deep to go underneath that and kind of blend it out together for a light to darker graduation underneath my eyes. Using those same three colors, the Black Magic, the Envy Green, and the Test Your Luck, go ahead and go back under your eye in that order, just blending it out. I only did it for the outer corners. I didn't go and drag it to the inner corners, just for just a certain look I was going for. Whatever, trying it out, who cares? But if you like this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for